house cats most likely originated from African cats or Asian cats, because African cats have the same number of chromosomes as cats like these, but Asian cats are more easily tamed. So for a little more on cat description, so there are over 100 breeds of cats, but they all have similar structure. So adults have a mass usually ranging from 4 to 5.5 kilograms. Adults' average length is 76.2 centimeters. And they have 244 bones, which makes them very flexible. In fact, a fun fact is that some cats can survive falls from over 65 feet. They don't have a collarbone, which means they can slip, or the collarbone is in a weird shape and it's this location, so they can slip in and out of things very easily, which makes them good for like hunting and stuff. And they have one retractable claw on each of their dainty paws. And they exhibit sexual dimorphism because males are larger. Zippy here is a male, so he's large. Meow. Alright, so Zippy's a little tired today because the heat makes him tired, but as far as locomotion, they walk on 4 legs. Fast and quick, which is not being well displayed in this particular instance. Again, the heat. But usually they just like run like. And the reason they're so fast and quick is because in their old habitat, like I said, they can possibly be derived from African cats, and they do a lot of hunting. They were good predators, so they had to be fast and quick to catch their desired prey. I make this noisy. So, yeah. Cats eat a carnivorous diet. It's actually over there, because it's looking for shade, but I can just talk from here. So, cats are carnivorous. They eat 30% muscle meat, 30% carbohydrates, and 10% fat, which promotes healthy skin and hair, which is very important. Also, feral cats, which are cats that were once in a home habitat, like with adults and humans, when they're released in the wild, that's called a feral cat. Feral cats usually eat small vertebrates, such as birds and small rodents. So now I'm going to talk about the geographic range of a cat. So, house cats usually live, they're actually found in every continent except for Antarctica. And
good.
Jeez, okay. They're in every continent except for Antarctica. And they live where humans live, which is, again, quite a geographic range. So again, live in human-populated areas, which are generally temperate and terrestrial, and they live with humans because they were domesticated by humans, in urban, suburban, and agricultural areas. Cats have several adaptations that make them ideal hunting animals. First of which is that they are farsighted, which means that they can see prey from a far distance. Additionally, they are fast and quick, which makes them able to catch their prey efficiently. Also, an adaptation that makes them a good groomer, self-groomer actually, is that they have hook-like structures on their tongue, which makes them be able to groom themselves. See? Alright, you can't see it, but in there he has papillae on his tongue. So he can groom himself. You know when you see cats, like that's what they're doing. So, now we're going to talk about reproduction for cats. So cats have a mating season that goes from March to September, which means we are currently in mating season. So they go through estrus, or heat, which is like sexual receptivity and fertility every 21 days during mating season. So female cats call out with a cry, and then male cats hear the cry and move in on them. And the average litter size of a cat is 2 to 5 kittens. This is a male cat, so he would listen to the cry and go from there. Yep, that's Zippy. He's a fine mate. Hello. Now we're going to discuss the behavior of cats. So they mark their territories in several ways. First of all, they release scent from their glands in their necks and the back of the head, and also from their paws. So that also, when they scratch things like pieces of furniture and things, that gland is like the scent is released from their paws so that they can mark their territory. Additionally, they urinate, which is another part of marking their territory, and cats, male cats such as Zippy, are usually the ones who mark the territory. Another part of their behavior is that they learn behavior through their peer cats and family members. So, which is why that it's ideal to get a cat who's been around cats for a while, so it doesn't act out and things like that. So if you find a cat, so if a cat hasn't been around other cats for a while, it can start to develop bad behavior, which is undesirable. So also, they also can sometimes act aggressively towards humans after seeing some sort of visual stimuli, such as a bird, because they take out the behavior that they would usually enact on the bird or other prey on the humans, which is also undesirable. But Zippy here is very well behaved. Like, if I poke it, it doesn't even move. So, alright. So now I'm getting up close and personal with Zippy to discuss the predator and prey behavior. So, so you might see cats, cats often when, with things like small animals like mice, they throw them up, which is with the intention of snapping its backbone to kill it, so that they don't have to kill it live in their mouth. So you might see that often if a cat is, for example, on a farm where mice might be moving around a lot. So additionally, they move quickly and quietly to successfully capture their prey, which is why they don't make much noise and they're very stealthy. So, their movement is also good because they can flee their predators quickly. Like, if I was to pretend to be oh my gosh, a mean predator, as that happened, it ran away quickly without me being able to capture it. So, good adaptations for that, and that is its defense. So, cats have several enemies, including coyotes, foxes, mountain lions, alligators, or even large snakes.
Wait. Okay, keep going.
Which are a hazard to cat owners. So if they live in a location where those animals are common, you have to be very careful. Additionally, they are often caught by surprise because usually they would be able to outrun their predators, but if they're caught by surprise, they have no choice but to die. Okay. So as far as their survival status, house cats are overly abundant, so they're in no danger of being extinct. Okay. So this actually brings up an issue for small vertebrates such as rodents and birds, because if there are so many house cats and the cats are eating all of them, then their populations decrease as the cat population increases. So, adopt a cat, don't breed them. So as far as another interesting fact, even though I've mentioned a few, cats can actually jump 5 times their height, which is thanks to their really, really impressive flexibility. Again, due to their large number of bones and their structure. That concludes the segment on cats. Hope you learned a lot and enjoyed it.
This is the American robin. As you can see, robins are hard to capture in real life, so we have this display. And there's probably one up in trees because they are in trees a lot. So anyways, robins are fairly large songbirds. They're one of the largest, maybe. They have a round body, long legs, and a fairly long tail. They're the largest North American thrushes. As you can see here, they're gray-brown with warm orange underparts and dark heads. Females have paler heads, so this is a picture of a male robin. And they have, if you can see, you can usually see when they fly over you. They have white underparts, white patch on lower belly and under the tail. And they're probably flying around here somewhere. Look, there's one up here.
Ah.
Okay, the American robin flies as its locomotion, obviously because it is a bird. And, thank you, and it uses its long legs to walk on the ground. Right there. Okay. Sorry about that. To continue, the American robin's diet consists of mostly invertebrates, including this little earthworm. It's pretty disgusting right here in my hand. Also some beetle grubs and caterpillars. They snatch them up with their long legs and claws. And they, this is not part of my project either, but it is a dog. Or they can eat fruits and berries, as you can see here. They usually eat wild berries, so this is, what do you call it, domesticated berry? No? Okay, anyways, yeah. The robin is common all across North America in places with trees, including anything from gardens, parks, yards, golf courses. We have fields, pastures, tundra, we have deciduous woodlands, we have pine, forest, shrubland. For adaptions, the American robin has wings and legs for locomotion, hollow bodies so they can fly easier from place to place and fly faster away from predators, and they have sharp pointed beaks so they can dig into the ground for their prey and so they can open nuts and seeds. For defense, when they see a predator near their young, they act dead and lay on top of the nest so that the predator just flies right by them, and they only stop being dead when they're far away from them. Also, they give alarm calls to warn all the other robins away that the predator is near. And for predators on the ground, for example, a cat, they dive bomb to them for an attack mechanism. For offense, as I mentioned before, they have sharp beaks to dig into the ground, and they also have legs and wings for moving and for catching their prey. Now we are going to talk about the breeding of the American robin. The American robin breeding season usually lasts from April to July. They usually breed twice in 1 year, and each breeding has 2 to 3 eggs, so 2 to 3 younglings, or young, each breeding season. Now, a new nest is built for each breeding. And a fun fact about the American robin is that they are one of the first birds to begin laying eggs each spring. They are the birds with the signature bright blue eggs. They're really beautiful. So if you ever get a chance to see them, they're a great, thing to look at. And as you can see in this nest, robins build their nest from anything like twigs, mud, dry grass or straw, moss, bark strips, dead leaves, and then they find stuff usually from humans like, or domesticated animals like fur, or any stick or long thing that the humans leave behind or anything like that. The American robin is mostly active during the day and rests during the night, mostly like humans, although they aren't really related to humans. That was just a
side comment.
Yeah, side comment. They're also very seasonal. So during the winter, they travel in large flocks at night and split up into smaller flocks during the day to feed on berries and fruits. But during the summer, usually mating season, and spring and everywhere else, they are mostly individual and become a lot more territorial, and they're less social. The American robin is preyed upon by hawks, larger snakes, and cats, specifically the domesticated cat, as shown in the previous segment, such as Zippy, the domesticated cat. They are most vulnerable to being attacked by predators when they are distracted by breeding activities. Because of that, only 25% of their young survive after the first year. Also, they have an average lifespan of 2 years, but fun fact, the longest lifespan of the American robin known is 14 years.